the last of the three things you hook up at the campground is the water, so you can fill up your water tank. So I've got a water filter attached to the faucet right here. I got my hose going through the RV up through here, and it's connected to the city water connection. So this is very confusing when you're hooking up the water system at a campground. So all you have to do is hook up the water hose to the water pressure regulator. This controls the amount of pressure going into the RV. Please make sure this is on here, because if not, it could damage the RV. And it goes into the city water connection. This is just for the black tank cleanout, so you won't be using that. Once you have the water in here, you want to set the first setting to number 2, because you want to put it on city fixture. So this arrow is pointing up to number 2, and this is pointing to number 6. So 2 and 6. And that'll give you enough water pressure where you don't need the water pump. So make sure the water pump, you can see the red lights on, make sure the water pump is off. So with this, the pressure from the water at the campground is going to give you enough pressure to go in here and give you enough pressure for the shower and the sinks. Now, if you need to fill the freshwater tank, you just want to move this to city fill. So I'm going to move to 1 and 6, and you can hear the water going into the tank. And again, when you're finished and you're getting ready to leave the campground and you're driving, you always want to set up to normal, which is going to be 3 and 5. When you do put it back on normal, this is only for driving, you have to put the water pump back on, or else you have no water pressure on the road. Enjoy. Right now you can hear it filling up the water tank. And this is your water tank you want to have full, because that's what you're going to use to flush the toilet. It's what you're going to use for the sinks. It's what you're going to use to shower. Most campgrounds also have showers, but if you want to take a shower here, you can as well. So the only way you can really tell when your clean water tank is full is when the overflow valves, there's a couple hoses in here, start overflowing. You don't really need to keep it completely full at the campground, because you can always fill it up as needed. So once it's done filling, we're going to shut it off at the main. And then we're going to turn these to normal. So again, this is going to be on 3. 3's on the right, so the arrow's pointing to the right, and 5. 5 is straight up and down. So now we're on 3 and 5. That noise you hear is the water pump. So that needs to be on for you to get any water out of the sinks or showers. Now we have 2 water pump buttons in this RV. One is right here. I can show it off right there. And I can turn on an inside panel, which I'll show you in a minute. And they both work the same thing. And there's also a little light here. If you need a light, you can do this at night. And there's an outside shower. But if you need, you can use hot water and cold water. Might just take a second to get the water through the pipes with the water pump.